What's up, family? Spencer-Mack here. For those of you that don't know me, I am a life enthusiast. I love learning more about how my body and mind work and how I can cultivate greater states of awareness and ultimately enjoyment in this life. And this video, I'd like to state that one of the comments I've been getting or have gotten is, dude, where's your mass? Because I've been on the All-In protocol for almost 3 years now. I think it'll be 3 years in May, to varying degrees, and I always state that. I've been on it to the degree that I am able to uphold, and many times I've not been able to uphold it. And recently, for the last 3 weeks, maybe a month, I have not been able to uphold it to the degree I'd like to. I still fast, or was fasting a majority of the day, but was just eating not the best foods, breaking early, not training. Compounding stresses broke my focus and I lost my pattern. What I have noticed in the past is that it's happened twice now. I get to about this 3-month mark where I'm 3 months in and flying, like flying. There's different levels where something happens at each stage, and right around 3 months I'm just super high and really digging it. And on one occasion I lost my focus or balance, I guess you could say, just because I didn't know what to do with the energy, where to direct it. Misdirected it, ended up falling off, and you can fall off a lot faster than you can get up there. Even if you don't do that much, it really does slow you down. It takes a while to get back there. And most recently, as I've shared in my past video, I had what I found to be a potassium deficiency, or magnesium as well, and that led me to an extreme state of lethargy. Isn't that nice? It's sprinkling on me. Thank God for waterproof stuff. So, I understand that when you adhere to certain types of training or types of diet, you literally create genetic mutations in yourself. Your genes will shift. And I believe it happens in like a time period. There's a chronological effect to this. Understand, there are certain people, there was a type of Native American, a race of Native Americans that lived in the desert that adapted to 800 calories a day. So now they actually have the most rampant problem with obesity due to the combination of really shisty American style food plus their genetics ability to run so efficiently. So when you can stick with something long enough and your body really senses that this is the new environment, it will adapt, and that is when you get these genetic mutations. And I believe that's one of the most interesting parts of this kind of a lifestyle, is what really happens to the genes and what can we adapt to and how is that going to affect us. It's pretty exciting stuff. So I wish to stay on track and state, I want to say, as to bro, where did the mass go? Where did the Gainz go? That I feel that I am a poor example of the protocol because of my own inability to maintain it. Fallen off multiple times, and my main problem when it comes to the mass is just staying on the heavy lifting consistently due to many things that are just excuses. And it is a lack of focus and consistency, but it's been educational. No regrets, learned things along the way, such as the potassium electrolytes, the importance of that in my diet and my training. So this time, I really feel that I am a lot more prepared and educated to really pursue it fully. And as I said, I keep falling off of this 3-month mark. So right now, as a goal to have something to focus on, because it helps to have a clear goal, I want 4 straight months that are uninhibited, no sidetracks, of staying on the protocol. Even the smallest things make a big difference. For a while I was doing the protocol, and every Saturday night I'd just eat, splurge, do whatever I wanted. Or I was eating lunch on Saturdays. And these things throw off your rhythm. And the strength comes from the rhythm, the consistency. The time that we wake up every day and the time that we eat are impactful actions on our circadian rhythm, which operates and directly affects our hormonal system. So it's important to stay in rhythm as best we can. So timing of eating, if you're just switching it up, or oh, fast a couple days a week and then not here, then it gets your body in this kind of confused state almost. But whenever you eat at a consistent time, your body's rhythms link up with that and you actually prepare for it. Like you'll start secreting digestive enzymes and acid before you eat because you know it's about that time. So the circadian rhythm is really important, and time is important because you have to do it consistently enough to really kind of demonstrate to your genes that you are in a new environment and that you will have to adapt. And so I actually believe that this 3-month mark is kind of like the 21-day thing. You ever heard when you do something for 21 days it becomes a habit? I feel like the 3-month mark is really something where you hit this plateau, and that's because you're basically setting up a new base camp, and then you'll cruise to whatever the next level is. And so I am looking forward to persevering through that. I have no doubt it'll be extremely difficult. I don't normally do this to where I commit openly to things, but here I am, gonna do my damnedest. And one of the things that I'm going to be sharing is my training, because I feel I have some unique approaches to training. I just like to do things differently. I have a background in martial arts and CrossFit and different forms of yoga. So I'm just gonna be mixing those things together and sharing them along the way and keeping consistent on sharing my journey as well. Since I've been off a little bit, it's amazing, like the time of day that you eat triggers the hunger. So if you eat a little earlier, you're gonna start being hungry a little earlier. So I'm gonna be basically re-entering a really solid pattern, and we can do it together. So that's where I'm at now, my friends. Consistency. That's where all the best things are born, when we can actually stick with something long enough. So ultimately, my fascination in this is not mass at all. My inability to stop coming back and trying it is mainly because it's so challenging and strengthening to my psyche and my mind. It is a lifestyle meditation on all fronts. The strength and the vigor, I guess you would say, aesthetics of looking better are a bonus to me. I really dig it, but that's not my main focus. My focus is the freedom and liberation of my mind, the understanding of myself, and having the most fun ever while I'm doing it. So that's where I'm at, guys. I think I'm like 150 pounds right now. And yeah. So here we go. It's also Earth Day, April 22nd. Something happened to me a couple weeks ago where I just got tired of the logic and I went back to like creative mindset. Started looking at astrology again. I used to be way more into astrology, and I guess, how would you explain that realm? The creative, feminine, ephemeral side of the mind, side of experience. And it's been very beneficial to me. I recommend you dig into yourself as well, because ultimately we're all living in a story, and what we believe about ourselves and our projected future and where we come from affects the way that we act and how we hold ourselves, who we think we are. So I suggest digging into things like that, your zodiac, your Chinese zodiac sign, and learn your astrology, and start developing and cultivating the story of yourself and who you are, because you are a very important person. Awesome, my friends. So this is where we are. Blessed Earth Day to you guys. Keep kicking ass, and we'll talk soon. Aloha.